I don't even know how I normally open videos on YouTube. It's weird doing it while you're streaming. What's up, everybody on YouTube? We are back with another video. We're recording this while streaming, so it's going to be a little different than the normal videos, but I did promise you guys a how to deal with Arby video series now that Arby, basically everybody has Arby. So we're going to start off... What's up, Sailus? We're going to start with Arena, because I got hit a bunch of times in Arena because I accidentally ungeared one of my units. So figure that's a good place to start it off, seeing as how it is Sunday and people are doing Rush. Here is my Arby if you want to see him. I don't think we're going to use my Arby in this video, but just if you are curious what my Arby looks like, we'll come back and look at stats after the video in terms of what units we used. So let's jump over into Arena. We're going to try and counter him with as many different ways as we can. You can see I got dropped down a little bit. But I figure this is probably a good spot for most people watching this video, because most people that are like high legend probably don't need help countering Arby. So we're just going to go through, we're going to find 10 Arby defenses, and we're just going to hit all 10 of them. I think the easiest way, at least right now, is still Haste. If you happen to have ML Haste, he's probably your go-to. This one, if you're going to cleave, you do have to worry about this poly. I think because there's a reviver here and the poly, the easiest way on this one is honest. Oh, he's already in there. It's probably just to bring Haste. You don't have to worry too much. Yes, tower swap day. What's up, Liminal? I think we're gonna go Landy here. But it doesn't really matter. We could go SSB. We always worry about that crown. So let's do this. Would love an attack buff there. I think if we have a non... I don't think we have an attack buff that's not a non-attack skill that's actually faster than her, so maybe we don't bother. And we just go immunity. Should be fine. Yeah, we could, if I had General Purchase built faster than Landy, I would go General Purchase here. It'd be a good idea. Yes, ML Haste is definitely option number one. But this should work fine. Basically what's going to happen is these two will go into the immunity. Landy should be able to get a kill relatively easily on this this Arby, proccing our shield. He comes back to life, we kill him again, and that should be...
run anymore.
What's up, Nutmeg?
Humans are truly foolish. I just feel sorry for them.
In theory, she could be on Violin, but she's only going to strip our... She was, actually.
You are not worthy of my courtesy.
She only strips the,
I don't have the time
nonsense.
for stupid toys.
Is the volume
Why
too
not
loud, guys?
surrender?
Feels loud.
Get ready!
Yeah, if you can tank it, that's fine, too.
I will be victorious.
Doesn't look like he's going to die here, which is kind of an issue.
Disappear, evil one.
Shall we bring this to a close?
That initial shield is kind of bad for us. Still shouldn't be an issue, though. Like, even though things went wrong, we have to live. Because we have Aureus and Adamant,
Formidable opponent.
not much happens.
To take, to break, and to destroy. That is a survivor's duty.
She's still on... Well, she's not... She's only one... Landy's 195 speed.
I will destroy
She's
everything.
not super fast,
Slowly.
but she's on speed set. Like, that can't do anything now.
May the holy light
And the
Save
reason we
us
brought
all.
haste into this one in particular is because that Rowana is going to keep giving us revive buffs to keep giving haste his skill 3.
Full frontal assault. That's an order.
Arby comes back, we reset our barrier.
Would you like to
again.
be my next meal? Is that all you're capable of? Then you're better off dead.
She went before FCC
won't be
because my haste is on Idol's Cheer.
As long as I'm holding this spear, I won't back down.
Keep in mind, a lot of these units are
For
on
Felicia.
RTA builds as well. Like my Landy's like got stealth.
You don't look very
Guiding light.
appetizing, but
For Arena, ideally, you probably
Get
wouldn't
out
have
of my
her on
way.
that. I just didn't want to change things for this.
I will honor their wishes.
We could probably auto this from here, to be completely honest, but we'll play it.
Leave it to me. Let me show you my secret weapon. Respect the great land! Why not surrender? Requesting backup. No peace. I will be victorious.
If you wanted to optimize this team for Arena, you would probably put her on Bloodstone.
Would you
Or
like to be
even,
my
especially if
next
you're going to
meal?
use this without attack buff, her own artifact that gives her...
this is getting old.
They could potentially give her greater attack.
Shall we put an end to this little game?
It would make this a lot faster.
I'm at
You
the
can see,
scene.
like, there's zero danger of us even taking damage here.
Just follow my lead.
Of course, you do need haste for this to work. Like this, anyway.
Now is the
but
time of judgment. You'll be destroyed.
0% chance we get collab news?
I'm
Well, we'll get it
growing
eventually.
tired of this act.
One way or another.
I should be
Yeah,
able
we're
to
not...
rest a little easier.
The earliest would be Wednesday. I doubt it. Maybe next Wednesday. Alright, next up. So this is another one where you could just tank up. Maybe we'll tank up for this one. Try and go something a little bit different. So obviously we could bring haste here. We could bring the exact same team if we wanted to. I don't think there's really any threat here, but let's take the haste out. And just go full tank here. So this should be a relatively quick clear with something like this. Now, Kize's going to go into our Charlotte, which means we're not going to get immunity out of it, which is kind of unfortunate, but they're going to go strip into buff block and blind, and then our Lilibet's going to cleanse. And then normally we would put up immunity here, or I would bring haste to re-put up immunity, but in this situation, this team's relatively squishy. Just bring Lilibet and a couple of bruisers, and you should be
I
fine.
won't be defeated. Down on me. Baring your fangs at me.
We could have also cleaved this, but we don't know how fast they are. I'm sure we'll end up cleaving a couple of these, though. So there goes the strip. Arby does his blind.
Show your elders some respect.
Only lands on her, but she's going to cleanse anyway.
I won't
Or actually,
let
that
you
Kize's
off
kind of slow, so Kize's not going to get her reset off, but Valencia should do enough damage here to pretty much finish this fight.
I will be victorious. Disappear, evil one.
This one didn't end up being a very good example.
Can you hear the approach?
She got a couple greater attack procs, though.
This is a formidable opponent. I will win. No. I must
Just put this on.
Let me give you a makeover. You'll look prettier after this.
We'll try another one a little bit later. You can see that her damage potential there. She did get 9,400 damage on that arby.
For the world's top model.
Even if she would have gone sooner, she would have been the one to clean everything up. Alright, next arby on the list. This one, we have an arby with poly, but no other reviver. So maybe we'll cleave this one. Again, we could use haste, but I want to try and use some different things, so you guys have some different ideas of what you can and can't use. Here, we're going to use Rin to counter the poly. And then from there, we're able to boost if we want to. So I think what we're going to do is we'll go Oxlots into Sigrid. And then into Lulu. This is obviously not the most free-to-play team, but if you have an Oxlots, you can just use her. You could use LQC in this slot. Basically anything that can one-shot here should be fine. Even, honestly, you could probably use Arby here. We might try that later, depending on the team, but basically we're just using Rin to ideally stun the poly. But you don't need to stun the poly, we just need to put up immunity. So even if it gets resisted, it shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Victory is mine.
Control a piece of gear and has 22 speed, congratulations. I got one to plus 15, I had 15 speed at plus 12 last night. And I needed the last roll.
You should be happy I'm here.
I was very upset. Alright, so we're going to use this on the... We need the shields, right? So we don't want to get rid of the shield on the FCC since that's who we're going to kill.
Prepare to be
So let's put up our immunity. We hope it strips the poly.
But it will
Misses, it
cost
misses.
you.
Not much we can do about it. Alright, we get the strip.
This will be unforgettable.
Now, in an ideal world,
You've
we
never
stun.
seen anything like this.
Okay, so now she can't do
Today's show
anything.
isn't that bad.
But even if she did, she can only reduce the
I'll show you my
amount of
ability.
time on our immunity. She can't do anything else. So
I'm strong.
even though we blocked her
Another
counter here, it would have
meaningless
worked
fight.
either way.
For the sake of my mission, I must destroy
So
you.
we'll pop her.
Blocking the
We'll
enemy's
do this to
retreat.
soften the Arby. That way we
Initiating
can
protocol.
use the Lulu on the Arby. What's up, Hero?
Beginning extermination.
Welcome, welcome.
Are you ready? Victory pose! You're not scared, are you? You're not bad.
22 speed piece is an 88 piece? Oh, that's
But
too
you're
bad.
no
That's still
match
really
for
good,
me.
but would have been crazy.
Can you handle this?
I don't think they're ever going to let us run.
Watch and learn.
I'd be surprised. Because they're kind of already reforged, right?
In my city.
Should I fight like lots?
Unfortunately, we get debuffed all to hell here. But
Did you think you could outdo me?
yeah, it's max mode.
I'll show you my ability. Take this.
There's a poly there, right? So it reduces the
Analyzing
boost.
new enemy. I never lose.
All right, let's do this. Finish him.
Good. I won't lose to anyone.
This one wasn't as clean because we got,
Trust me.
unfortunately, got
You
debuffed
should be
by the
happy
poly.
I'm
but
here.
Still, zero chance of dying here.
Should I fight like lots?
There's nothing really that could have gone wrong.
I'm strong.
Blocking
friendly.
the enemy's
After
retreat.
this, Hero, we're recording a video for
Are you ready?
how to deal with RB
Don't take
nonsense.
your eyes off me.
But after we're done the video, we can go.
You're not scared, are you? This is just perfect. I've been waiting to try out these new clothes.
Did you see that? Aren't I amazing?
Alright, we're gonna do a few more. We need like five or six more. Wait, no more Arby's on this list? Go to the next one. Wow, it entire board without a single Arby. That's surprising. Guilty Gear cheating on E7. Yeah, I heard. Alright, so new team. We could run something similar. But on this one, we need to proc the shields first, right? How do we want to deal with this one? Maybe we go blue Sigrid? It's a little scary because these two. And then maybe get rid of you. Maybe we bring her just for the damage reduction? Actually, we can go Cdom. Cdom should work here, right? So, plan here, she goes first, same thing. Puts up immunity on her. If we can stun, great. If not, it's fine. Then Oxlot's boost the Sigrid. Kills the Poly and the Arby. And then we just Cdom Valencia. Call it a day. Should work fine.
I'll show you my ability.
The situation is critical.
Just thought of a combo. Champ Zerato on Crown. And Carrot on Violin. Yeah, you can do that.
Hey, you! What are you looking at?
Alright, so same thing. We're going to try and stun her.
And now.
Doesn't this... We could do it the other way, and we could try and stun like Valencia, for example. But there is always a chance that she's on like Violin or something and messes you up. So if you can stun her, take the opportunity
you should
here.
be happy I'm here. Huh. Today's show isn't that bad.
We didn't need that. Here, let's I guess soften
You've
her
never
up.
seen anything like this.
I won't lose to anyone. Now's my time to shine.
Alright, so we
All
boost the
is
Sigrid.
by your will. Remove all
Pop her.
obstacles.
Even if it goes into the army, it doesn't matter.
I am at
Because
your
he just comes
command.
back to life and you can kill him again anyway.
Please disappear.
Freeze! I will show you. The power of Nixseed! I'm so excited!
You could try.
Now he gets to go, but there's no way he's gonna solo us. We can just take our time finishing him up
Should
here.
I fight like lots?
Hey you! What are you looking at? Watch my game.
I do for this one. The Sigrid is on.
You should be happy
Oath
I'm
Key?
here. Get a move on.
You could use the guild artifact. You
I
could
will show you
risk
the
it,
power of Nixseed.
but if you're gonna do a bunch of arena, just switch your
Of course I'm the greatest.
Sigrid over to either Oath Key or Symbol of Unity. Should make things relatively easy. Alright, this one we have a Bassar with no poly. We don't get to see a lot of teams anymore without poly, so this one I would probably just cleave. Like a more normal cleave. I don't even know what I want to do here. We already used Lulu, but we probably just use her again here. The only problem is we can't reset him, so we do have to use Cdom to kill him. Maybe safer to go Sigrid again. I wasn't going to go Sigrid here, but maybe we go Sigrid. We'll go Oxlot Sigrid instead. So we'll go Sigrid into FCC. We'll Cdom into Basar, and then we'll Lulu into Arby. If the Arby happens to be squishy Arby, we can always go Sigrid into Arby first if we have to.
Let's get warmed
Most
up.
on defense, I think, are not overly fast.
I'll show you my ability.
I think this is actually, yeah, this is a relatively fast Arby, so he is squishy. I think we're gonna kill him first this time, using the Sigrid, because we
I'm
know
strong.
if he's fast, he's gonna be on basket. Right? So
Another
we don't have to worry about
meaningless fight.
Dream
Target
Blading anymore.
confirmed. Eliminating. Analyzing
Problem is,
new
if we
enemy.
would have killed the FCC first, then our S3 could have potentially killed the Arby, and he gets to come back to life and just wipe us if he procs Greater Attack. So it's just safer this way.
Data analysis
You
complete.
do need pretty good stats on your Sigrid to
Now
be able to
disappear.
use the second turn to kill Arby though. Okay then.
Descending blade.
As I say that, we don't land on the Arby, and he's actually going to get his skill off. That's really bad for us, because that's just going to wipe
I
everybody.
said look at me. Strongest. Nixie!
We'll do this one again. Not good for the video, but
I'm the strongest.
occasionally you can run into a team where he is going to live there, which
Time for a counterattack.
we're just going to lose this one. So that's not going to happen very often. If he's fast, he's usually not going to survive there. He did have Aureus, which absorbs a lot of damage. I wasn't expecting it to absorb that much damage. I wonder if he's got Adamant on that Crow. If he's on Adamant, that's something I probably should have noticed. But we'll run it again. We'll run the same team. And we'll just hit the FCC. Now that we know our second attack can't kill the Arby, we don't have to worry about it. And we just go straight into FCC.
I won't lose to anyone. Take this.
Another meaningless fight. For the sake of
Just
my
likes
mission,
things.
I must destroy you.
So we'll pop
Please
him. We'll do
retreat.
this, not having to worry about the Arby dying this time. And it'll just soften him
Executing
up.
commands.
It's so close. I'm surprised that he didn't die the other way.
Nixie is the strongest. Freeze.
We'll pop the Basar, because we have attack buff now. That can kill pretty much
Victory
anyone.
is mine. Upgrade complete.
And this has no chance of not killing.
Are you ready?
I guess
You're not
it's good that we had a fail on there. Kind of shows the
But
things
you're
that can
no
go
match
wrong.
for me.
I think he's going to be after
All
Charles or
systems
Trace. I
online.
have no idea. Hopefully, I mean, I'm worried there's going to be something crazy strong at the end of season. They seem to like
I'll show you my ability.
releasing something crazy OP end of season.
Let's go.
This is fun. I will show you the power of Nixie.
Would have been kind of funny if because the Aureus is gone, he died. Yeah. There was a shield there, though.
Of
Right?
course I'm
The
the
shield makes
greatest.
up for it.
Woohoo!
Because the other way, there's no shield. But yeah, it would have been funny. Alright, so here's another one we can cleave. We can't do this one with her, though, because there's no shields. What do we want to do here? Do we still use Cdom? I think we do. We go her into Cdom. In theory, we could have a problem here if one of them is on Idle Shear. What do I want to run as this last unit here? I want to pop her with Sedom. So maybe we bring some bait for her, because she's probably gonna get a turn here. Actually, we can probably just Spectre, right? Spectre is backup for that Arby, just in case.
You leave me no
doubting me?
choice. You're obviously going to lose.
I know. So for first season, it was. Oh, she's really fast. Should be fine. I think my Sedom speed tuned. Hopefully.
Can you handle this?
Yeah, it should be.
Light of salvation.
I know they did Rylet.
The
Wow,
chosen
not speed tune. So there was an Idle's Cheer there,
Storms.
which is what's gonna screw us up.
Look at me. I said look at me. The strongest. Nixie!
I had a feeling that was gonna be an issue. I was gonna bring a
I
speed
will
imprint
show
too.
you the power Let's of play Nixie. together. This should be fun.
So what we're gonna do to counteract that
Alright,
is
let's do
we'll
this.
put her into stealth, I guess. Do we? No. I don't know if I want to do this. I think I do, though.
Victory pose! You're not
think we're gonna have to wait.
scared, are you? This is just perfect!
Well, we're gonna reset the Arby.
I've been waiting to try out these new clothes! How did these rumors
That way
start?
we don't get blinded. Actually, maybe we stun the Arby and reset the maid. For RTA, I know they did Rylet Season 1, Proud Season 2, and yeah, I guess Lilvet Season 3. Get resisted and countered.
Don't
Always
come near
nice. I have 182 effectiveness on her, so I feel like we kind of got unlucky
me.
there.
Is
But
that all you've got?
you never know how much res that maid could have.
At
We could have burned
least
into
try
it.
to make it fun.
But now we're screwed because she's gonna cleanse.
Arrogance.
We probably should have burned
I
into that.
sentence you to death.
Chaos.
Because you know he's gonna. Yeah.
I am the strongest. Ha! Excuse me. But you must be
Are you
Alright,
ready?
what do we do here? Let's kill you.
You want to try me?
I think we're dead. Unless we can double crit this Arby, but even still, I don't think it helps us. I think he just kills us.
Not bad.
Witness my power.
Of course.
No! I have to
We
win!
could have played that a lot safer, but I'm trying to come up with different ways to show you guys different combos that you can put together to beat these things. So not all of them are gonna work first try. Let's try something similar. But we're gonna have to kill her turn 1. Or we could go speed imprint instead of Spectre. And that would counter this. I guess we could do that just to show it, right? Throw Shuri in there. That should work.
All
I
that's
can take
left
all of
is
you on.
ruin.
If she somehow still cuts us, that's gonna ruin the entire video.
You leave
I'm
me
gonna
no
have to
choice.
freaking re-record it. Yeah, let's try it again. We could just go reset into maid here, and that would be really safe because she doesn't have immunity. But I want to do it the more because normally she's gonna have. Let's assume she does.
Freeze.
There we go.
I will show you
That's what's supposed to happen the first time.
the power of Nixeed. I'm so excited. Ha!
Now with the boost and the sachet proc,
Upgrade complete.
she'll get a turn too.
All right, let's do
And we
this.
don't have to worry about
You're
ever
not
getting
bad.
cut.
But you're no match for me.
How did these rumors start?
Or sure he might even get a turn. It'd be nice if he does.
Harder than that.
Or we land this reset.
I'll do everything I can.
So he did get his turn, and we landed the reset.
Let's end this and see who falls.
I am the strongest.
Funny how much difference the speed in can be.
Victory is mine. One more hit.
All right.
Another win for Lunica. Orbis Fashion Week is just around the corner.
Alright, we need 3 more. That'll get us back to champion, and then we'll wrap up the video. I'll show you guys the gear at the end. So this one, another different one. This one, really though, there's not much damage. We really only have to kill him. So I think what we're going to do here is the unit that we haven't used yet is Syngelica. So let's try a Syngelica team. They do have a boost and attack buff and skill prevent, because she does boost. So we're not going to bother trying to debuff. I think we're just going to tank this one up again. We'll bring her just for the damage reduction. We'll bring her for immunity, and we'll bring... Do we bring her as our damage, or do we use her already? I don't remember. Oh well, whatever, it's fine. But relatively quick. It's going to be a little slower killing the FCC, but killing the Arby should be quick. Basically, all that matters here is having your girl here faster than everybody else. I wonder... I could bring Arby here. I just don't remember how fast my Arby... Or if my Alencia is faster than my... Or my Alencia. My Syngelica is faster than my Arby or not. But you could do that. If your Syngelica is faster than your Arby, you could bring Arby here too. Or any damage dealer, really, that's going to survive these two.
As long as I'm holding the spear after I
won't
kill
back
this
down.
one. More meat, less veggies.
So he does his boost first, which we expected. He gives attack buff.
I'll make sure you feel
She
the pain
puts up skill prevent.
of losing everyone you love.
And then Arby skill 3.
I hate.
Unfortunately, we do lose a lot of damage here. Because of that skill prevent.
Another's life.
It's probably going to be an issue, but
How rude.
let's strip all that off. And then provoke, and then put up our own skill prevent.
Now is the time of judgment. You'll be destroyed. I will honor their wishes. Take
If this
to
crits
break
the Arby,
and to
he
destroy
should die here, which would be really helpful.
is a survival.
He doesn't have to die here.
Hold on.
Nice not having to worry about him coming back, though, with the Syngelica.
Stop bugging me.
May as well burn into this. Try and get that defense break.
Get out of my way.
Let's see if we can
I
slow
will
them.
break through.
So we get all the slows. And the attack breaks. The attack breaks don't really matter. The slows are nice, especially when there's a general focus there.
Just one more bite. Ugh.
This is a formidable opponent.
I like getting rid of the FCC first, just because the shields are annoying.
How rude. Annoying vermin must be crushed.
And now just the Fiend can't really do anything.
Defeated.
A pretty clean win there. Went exactly the way we thought it was going to. Do you guys in chat think of anything, any Arby counters that we haven't tried yet? Or ways you guys deal with Arby that I haven't tried yet? We did Haste, we did Sinjalka, we did both Sigrets. This is another team we haven't faced yet though, I don't think, so... I think this one we go Lilibet again. Maybe a little bit Haste. Haste is so good here because you get the heal back from the crowd damage, so you don't really have to worry about his damage. As long as you can survive both of them going, you should be fine. I guess we could go another cleanser in her place. I kind of like her though, because we already have a heal, so maybe we go damage here. I hesitate not going Aureus though, just because Aureus is so strong in terms of negating some of this damage. Like if he were to greater attack proc, quite a bit of damage. Who just got FCC? Congratulations. That's awesome, Haste. She'll be a game changer for you for sure. I guess we could go our own RB too. I did say we were going to try Arby. I feel like this one's more risky than I'm actually comfortable with, but let's try it out. See what happens.
Just follow me.
Worst case scenario, we lose and do it again.
I didn't want to have to do
She does her
this,
thing.
but it seems I have no choice.
The only bad news is that we don't have souls to burn into
All
Arby.
that's left is
And we
ruin.
didn't get greater attack, which is unfortunate.
Dark Blade. You could try a little harder. I win again.
You couldn't beat me in a million years.
Let's cleanse that off. Unfortunately, our cleanse went
Quit your life.
before the Arby went. Kind of bad.
Chaos!
And he basket proc, kind of like we predicted.
I'll be your opponent. I will destroy everything. Slowly.
But now we kill him, we get our haste buff.
Can you
Hey, it's a
hear
new
the
Arby.
approaching
This guy
ruin?
must have just got his RB from connections. Because his S2 isn't skilled up yet.
Show your elders some respect.
Now, we do have to be kind of aware of his skill, because we haven't healed up yet, but... Actually, yeah, I think we're gonna just S1 here. We could S3 and put up defense buff, but we don't really need it. We just need one of these to crit to make sure he dies.
Smash that face of yours into the ground.
Get 1 out of 2, he dies, and now we
You
can
are
heal up
worthy
here.
of my
And
courtesy.
smooth sailing.
Is
That's
that
what they
all
really
you're
tell us.
capable of? Then you're better off dead.
I will win. No,
Look at Haste.
I must win.
Haste is a solid counter here, I was gonna say.
Insignificant.
I'm gonna save the skill 3 because we have skill prevent and we don't have
How
immunity.
naive.
Or sorry, we have skill prevent. We don't have greater attack, and he has. We don't want to waste our skill into skill prevent.
What a has-been.
Over here.
Do I look like a pushover to you?
Here's a good chance to
You
defense
really
buff.
are persistent, aren't you? Ha!
We are bringing him closer to his cooldown and putting up shields. So we didn't have to do that, but
You don't look very appetizing.
pretty sure we're gonna be
Oh,
able
well.
to kill him here because we haven't skilled him yet, and we're gonna burn into it.
All that's left is ruin. Witness my power.
Or you can just greater attack and then you win the game. It's another option.
I'm growing tired of this act.
I will show you greater
I think
death.
so you could lose Lilibet or Glenn. Those are the two counters I don't think we've tried yet that you could be using in a situation against Arby. But I don't have either of them built right now. Alright, last one. This is another one. Hey, Natural with the resub. Thanks so much, Natural. There's a raffle for everybody. Courtesy of Natural and his 18-month resub. Alright, we need one more here. I think we try something other than haste, because we've used haste in a couple of these already. And maybe we use a different cleanser other than Lilibet, since we've been non-stop using Lilibet as well. Why don't we try Ray? So Ray doesn't have attack buff, unfortunately. But he does have the cleanse. She's going to go do her thing. He's going to blind us. When he blinds us, he's going to proc the Ray's Water's Origin. Which means Ray will get his immunity off, and we should be fine from there. Because we don't have attack buff with him, we could go, if we had ML Cowrick, we could go ML Cowrick here to provide attack buff, and then we could bring a unit like LQC. But unfortunately we don't. So let's bring FCC. And then we can bring pretty much anybody from there. And we should be able to absorb the rest of his damage. Trying to think who we should bring into this. I guess a fire damage dealer? I know a lot of people are bringing Carrot. Maybe we can bring Carrot. So we have no... Unfortunately, I don't have ML Cowrick. If I did, I would use him here. He would be, especially if you're going to bring Carrot, ML Cowrick would be best in slot here. Because you're providing attack buff for the Carrot. But unfortunately, we don't have him, so we'll just use him. It's fine. He's just there to provide immunity post-cleanse. Or to cleanse the debuffs from both of them and make sure we have immunity. But this should be fine. They should both explode. I don't think Arby can get through this. I hope.
I
You
will
won't
regret
just stand
this.
by and watch.
We could go Izaria, but Izaria is very squishy, right? So ideally don't want to go too squishy. And going fire is
Can't
nice
be
because then
helped.
we hopefully can't
This
crit
is
on you.
going to hurt. I'll show you some results.
I didn't expect to only get 4 debuffs there, but that's fine. I think we burn into this. You don't have to burn into this here. But if we can get an early kill on Arby, that would be fantastic.
I've already finished analyzing you. It's time to find an answer.
This is where attack buff would be super helpful. Touch that? Yeah. So we get the early kill on him.
Descending
Works out
blade.
perfect. Normally he would go first. I just forgot my carrot's really fast right now. That's
My
where
knife
he procs
isn't
the
for
Water's
killing
Origin.
people.
Lets us heal
I'm
up.
here for you. I won't let you
And
die.
of course get rid of all the blinds, which is really important.
I'll make sure you feel the pain of losing everyone you love.
Power obviously would have been nice here because that Landy would have taken a hell of a lot more damage if we would have had attack buff. That's fine. She goes back into stealth, but we can strip all this off, take everybody out of stealth, put up our own skill prevent, and that's pretty much GG. Assuming we land the strips, yeah.
As long as I'm holding this spear, to take, I won't to break down, and to destroy. That is a survival.
And that should be it. So we're gonna show. I'll show gear of all the units we used.
This way.
Oh,
All the arby counter units we used anyway.
I won't step back.
As soon as the fight's over. Let's we don't have to heal here,
Don't
but let's do
worry.
it anyway. Really, you can use any cleanser there. DJ Bassar's, that's a terrible team up for us.
Full frontal assault.
Worst case scenario team up there. And now Cerise is gonna have to go again to potentially team up with her again.
Help.
Only this time.
Shall I test my
So let's get
theory?
rid of her because we don't want that to happen again.
How rude.
Kill him.
You're not too strong, so this should be enough.
Assist me.
Lord, she cut us again. There's a
My
fast,
fault if you get hurt.
fast Cerise there.
Just follow my lead.
Yeah, just a matter of time now.
I'll show
Nothing
you
you
some
can do.
results. Statistically, the odds are on my side.
Sorry. But I have no intention
my.
of losing.
This is where I always forget that it's Arena. In my head it's RTA, and I'm
Do
like,
I
why are
look
they
like
not
a
quitting?
pushover to you?
Does anybody else do that? Am I the only one?
I won't step back.
They're legit, I'm like, why is he playing this out every single time I do Arena?
You'll regret this.
Give up now.
My carrot is also not high
I will honor them.
attack because she's so fast, and she happens to have a defense neck. So if you build your carrot a little more traditionally, she'll do a lot more damage here.
My knife isn't for
I just
killing
brought her in
people.
here
It's
because
okay,
I figured
everyone.
a lot of you are probably have built
I'll
her
make
and
you
she's
feel
free play.
better.
Stop bugging me.
Is there to see how many guilds there are? I doubt it. If there is, I don't know about it. Try and figure out who's in last place and ask them what place they're
I
in.
should be able to rest a little easier tonight.
Only way I can think of. So there you go. We did our arena very late with like an hour with like an hour and a half to go, just to make sure we got back to champion. Let's jump over, show some gear. But any of those combinations can work. You just have to kind of depend on what the team is and what your better units are and where you want to allocate your gear. So Cecilia's one I used a lot. I do have a Cecilia video already on YouTube if you want to look it up. It kind of talks about different ways to gear her, but there's a quick look at her gear. We won't go over it in too much detail just because she wasn't the main way we countered Arby. That being said, immunity is really nice. So either her, Crow, anybody, DJ Bassar, Ray, anybody like that that's going to give you immunity, it's really nice against Arby, because if Arby blinds you, you're in big trouble. So you want to get that immunity up if possible. Next up is Carrot. Here's my Carrot. Again, not the most traditional build. She's faster than most and has more defense than most as well. But there's a look at her gear if you wanted to know. Next up, here is the Sigrid that we used in one of the fights. She's kind of half built for Wyvern, kind of half built for PvP. I used to cleave with her a lot. Recently I haven't as much, so she's been on Joker for Wyvern. But there's her stats either way. Who else did we use? We didn't use SSB. SSB is a solid counter as well. You can use SSB against Arby depending on the team. We didn't today, but you could. Just make sure you bring a lot of tanky units, ideally an attack buff and protection. So you could bring like double Cecilia with Maid and her would work as well. We did use Alencia a few times. You guys have seen my Alencia. I also have an Alencia video if you want more details on her gear or how to build her. We went Landy. There's my Landy stats. Pretty standard build. I know some people build her tankier, but I like her the way she is. Ray is another good option if you need immunity. He's like my go-to. Really high res, so he's never going to get debuffed by the Cerise. And just a little bit tanky. He's not faster than my Alencia, but because of the water's origin, he'll be able to cut. You can use him. We mentioned him once earlier. Mine's just not. Mine's geared for Wyvern on random gear, so he's not going to cut it for PvP. I don't know if we used LQC, but she's another option. You can use her as well. I can't show Flitica, unfortunately, but you guys know probably how she's geared. She's on speed, effectiveness, and crit rate neck, just to make sure you can boost the CDOM. We use Shuri. The one team where we used Shuri was against the Elena team to make sure that our CDOM got that turn. You can see he's very slow, but because of Sachet, he was able to even cut the Elena, who cut us the first time. I don't think we used Solitaria. I don't think we used Maid either. We did use Lilibet a lot. There's my Lilibet. I have a video on her as well if you want to check her out. Pretty standard build. High damage, high defense. I do have her on Draco Plate for the bonus damage. FCC, really tanky, very standard build. I tried her on a damage build, I tried her on a tankier build, but this is more cookie cutter. Arbiter Vildred, we saw him at the beginning of the video. Again, he doesn't have to be anything special to counter Arby if you're going to use him in that situation. Rin, I'm not going to show her speed as well, but she's also on a pretty standard build. You can go speed, effectiveness, HP, or speed, HP, or speed, HP defense. Any of the above will work as long as she's fast enough to go before your Oxlots if you're going to cleave like that. We use Operator Sigrid. I'm really happy with her gear. You could make her slower and boost her with the Oxlots. That being said, if you make her slower, you have to remember that the poly can cut you. So if you're going like Rin, Oxlots, Operator Sigrid, she does have to have some speed. But she needs also to be very high damage. So there's that. CDOM, pretty standard build. She did get a little bit of a nerf recently because I don't use her as often as I used to, but in that, like, 4,500 attack and 350 crit damage. I don't think we used Spectre. You could, but I don't think we used her. Top model Lulu. I'm really happy with her as well. She's not as fast as some people's Lulus, but she just basically has to go before Arby. Nothing else matters. Because she's not as fast, it can afford me to be up around that 4K attack mark, which is really, really, really nice. And on Dignisorb, just in case she needs to absorb some damage. Also boosts her attack as well for her skill 3, which is nice. And the final unit we used, probably at the start of the show, was Blood Moon Haste. If you have them, you probably don't have any problems with Arby's. Actually, we use Singelica too. I'll show Singelica. But if you have Haste, you're probably not having many issues with Arby. He's really good. In RTA, it's a little bit different, but that's going to be a separate video. I'm going to make videos on basically all 3 forms of PvE, just to make sure you guys... So we'll do a Guild War video, and we'll do a RTA video as well. But here's the Singelica. Again, she's just built to be faster than my Alencia. So it's all that matters. A lot of people will run her high res. Because a lot of people run her high res, I just built her faster and let people assume she's high res. So don't tell anybody. But other than that, that's going to be it for the video portion. For those of you on stream, thank you for bearing with me. For those of you on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below. And yeah, we will see you guys next time. Thanks, and have a good day.